Tonight, the master plan for a Sarasota Bayfront project is approved. We'll take a look inside that plan and find out what questions still remain.
Plus, another pygmy killer whale rescued on the Suncoast is dead. Why Mote Marine scientists say it is so hard to treat them.
And why a Sarasota Goodwill employee is being praised for her integrity. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Our top story, a section of Sarasota's Bayfront is about to change in a big way. After 5 long years of planning, we finally know what the area around the Van Wezel will look like. Sarasota City Commission approving that master plan last night.
But some questions still remain. What will happen to the Van Wezel and who's going to pay for this nearly $300 million project? ABC 7's Taylor Torregano takes a look inside that plan.
These views of the horizon will still be accompanied by the iconic purple cow, but eventually the Van Wezel will move to a whole new lot on the Bayfront.
The plan is that the Van Wezel, the new Performing Arts Center, will be much farther back towards 41, and it needs to be on much higher ground.
To do that, the Bayfront planning team proposed building a new parking garage with a new 2,300-seat Performing Arts Center built on top.
So if there is a flood or if there is sea surge, it would go on the areas that it wouldn't affect it if it happened.
The community made its presence known during the commission's meeting to decide the future of the Van Wezel and the Bayfront. At the end, the commission approved these renderings, complete with a 1-acre event lawn, 3,000 to 4,000 square foot restaurant, children's play space, and a cultural district. It's a major, costly project that the planning team says will be largely funded by generous donors in the community.
The funding is going to be obviously a necessary part of this project, and I think it's going to come from a lot of different places. As you know, I pride myself on being fiscally responsible, and so we'll see what they come back with, but obviously our citizens and their pocketbooks are always in mind.
The Van Wezel is ready to help.
We're very confident that we can raise the funds. The foundation has engaged Carter Global, which is actually based here in Sarasota, and they have done an analysis and spoken to a lot of the donors out there, and they feel that the money is here in Sarasota. But we will have to engage the city, the county, the state. It will not be like 1, 2, 3 and it's done.
That's ABC 7's Taylor Torregano reporting. Whatever the Bayfront planning team is not able to raise from private donors will fall on the city to fund. Now, the construction of a new Performing Arts Center is not included in that $300 million total. That new center is expected to cost an additional $270 million to build.
Businesses hit hard by the effects of red tide can finally start applying for some federal help today. Just last month, Sarasota County reported more than $1 million in damages due to red tide. Waterfront restaurants, retail shops, local water sports, and recreational businesses have all been hit hard. Today, help is officially here from the Federal Small Business Administration. They're partnering with Sarasota County Emergency Services to help businesses get low-interest loans.
It's a loan at 3.85%, and it's for 30 years, and it can go as much as, I believe, $2 million.
Manatee County business owners can also get in on the recovery efforts. The Island Branch Library on Holmes Beach is offering help now as well. Starting next week, both centers in Sarasota and Manatee counties will be open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 to 2.
Well, a third killer whale rescued along the Suncoast has died. Bolt was rescued on September 4th from Longboat Key, and the pygmy killer whale appeared to be doing well. But today, Mote Marine Lab says the whale's condition deteriorated rapidly overnight, and then staff made the decision to humanely euthanize him. Mote Marine scientists say the challenge with these animals is that when they are found beached, they are already dealing with major issues, and rehab just doesn't work. Mote Marine says the skeletal remains of the 3 pygmy killer whales will be kept at Mote Marine so that they can conduct more research to find out more about them.
A new batch of red tide could be brewing west of Tampa. A University of South Florida underwater glider discovered elevated levels of chlorophyll in the middle of the West Florida continental shelf during a mapping exercise. A USF professor says they believe it might be red tide. Water samples taken on Tuesday showed low to medium levels of red tide in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Of course, Bob will have that new report from FWC within the hour.
But we've right now got some big thunderstorms across the area. Let's get more on that with Chief Meteorologist Bob Herrick.
Thanks, Scott and Jacqueline. Yes, some big cells, but the news is it looks like this should push through in time for the start of high school football action. There may be some isolated showers popping up after that, but most of the energy now is being used up. We had a big storm move through northwest Bradenton near Holmes Beach as well earlier. That has since moved offshore. There's another huge cell right there, Tampa Bay near Egmont Key and just to the north of Anna Maria Island. That's pushing off to the west, but the storms that were around earlier produced some very gusty winds and some very heavy rainfall in near Palmasola, also near northwest Bradenton out to Holmes Beach. That's since moved on, but we're still getting some lightning from that cell that's moving through Tampa Bay right now. Another outflow boundary generated some big storms earlier near the interchange of I-275 and 75. That's weakening. Rain now in downtown Palmetto near Bradenton as well. But this is the cell that's bringing the heavy rainfall now from Lakewood Ranch southward to south of Clark Road, pushing to the west at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Siesta Key inundated now with some heavy rainfall. And then look at all this lightning around right now, kind of gathering from Fruitville southward down to near Clark Road. And you can see from our live lightning detection network showing some lightning near Proctor Road, or I should say Pinecraft, near Bee Ridge, Sunnyland, as well as Proctor Road, and along I-75 near looks like Tatum Ridge and all the way down into Laurel Oak tonight. Indications were that the outflow boundary really flared up with that east wind, creating the potential for some hail. I think that was Doppler indicated hail. Haven't had any reports of that, but the rain is heavy. The driving is treacherous now, especially along I-75 stretching to the west. The tops of these storms up past 40,000 feet, and that produces some locally heavy rainfall. Right now in Nokomis, Venice, you're looking okay. But there is a storm developing just to the east of you, which will be moving off to the west. We're checking the shear right now, and we're seeing 20 to 30 mile an hour winds with these cells as they make their way through. Could be some higher gusts. Inglewood, you're getting some light rainfall. Northport, mainly south of you near Punta Gorda, and into Port Charlotte, some showers and storms around. So it looks like most of this action will be over in the next hour, hour and a half, and then things should start to calm down here along the coast. Well, more in the tropics, watching 4 separate areas. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A Largo mom accused of killing her toddler facing a new charge today. Cherise Stinson is now charged with providing false information to law enforcement during an investigation. Police say she lied about 2-year-old Jordan Bellevue's disappearance, which sparked an Amber Alert. Stinson is already charged with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse in the boy's death. She appeared in court this afternoon in the newest charge, and bond was set at $5,000. Sarasota police investigating a possible drive-by shooting that injured 3 people last night. That shooting happening along 31st Way just before midnight. Police say 2 men and 1 woman were shot. All of the victims were treated at Sarasota Memorial Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
A Goodwill employee in Sarasota discovers over $12,000 in a donation drop-off. Goodwill's White Glove service helps people who need a home or storage unit emptied when moving, downsizing, or a loss in the family. A local law office asked the team to come pick up a client's belongings after he passed away. After those items were taken to Goodwill's Honore location, employee Mimi Williams found a medicine box with over $12,000 of cash inside.
And I believe in integrity, you know. Things that you do in life, if someone gives you something and say, hey, I need you to hold this, I'm gonna hold it. But if someone needs something, I'm gonna always be there to give back. And so Goodwill gave me a second chance. So I go all out the way for Goodwill. You know, anything, whether it's jewelry, money, I always turn it in.
Well, the team traced the items back to the law firm in charge of that estate. The cash has since been returned.
Wow.
Impressive
That's
that
awesome.
she had such a great ability to give that back.
I'm sure everyone at Goodwill is really proud of her.
Yeah.
Well, still to come, your Suncoast News tonight, a California wildfire growing with no containment yet. We'll look at the dangers that the firefighters are now facing.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus why a new study says more baby boomers in the United States are smoking marijuana. Those stories coming up next.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his
I
backpack.
can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just gotta
trying as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos. To use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now to the latest on a wildfire raging in Northern California. Fire officials say the Delta Fire just outside of Redding is at zero containment, burning out of control. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us the terrifying images and the challenges firefighters are facing.
Flames burning as high as 300 feet into the air as the massive Delta Fire in Northern California keeps spreading. Now, more than 24,000 acres charred.
Oh my God, I want to go!
The inferno tearing across part of Interstate 5. Vehicles left abandoned on the side of the road, destroyed. Nearly 50 miles of that highway shut down for a third straight day. Firefighters dousing flames from the ground and from above, trying to contain this wildfire feeding on dry, drought-stricken brush and keep it from destroying more homes.
It's been a long summer. It's been a long fight.
CAL FIRE now asking for more money from the state so they can maintain their relentless firefight, with officials saying this is on track to be the worst fire season in California history. And officials say the Delta Fire burning now was, in their words, human-caused, but they haven't said whether they believe it was started intentionally. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
been the problem of the summer for parts of California, hasn't it?
Could use a little bit of our rainfall. I wish we could give some. We are looking at some big storms right now, heavy rainfall. I know a lot of people are going to be heading out to area high school football action. It looks like most of it should be through by then, so that's good news. And also, we have Music on Main and Lakewood Ranch, too, and kind of concerning there now. But I think usually kicks off at around 6 o'clock, the music. I think most of the rain should be over out of Lakewood Ranch as well. So get rid of these storms early, cool things down, should be okay. But look at that. It came in pretty heavy there, but we're starting to see some clearing off in the distance. These storms are moving to the west at around 15 miles an hour. What we have now is high pressure at the surface. That's driving that east wind at the surface, east and northeast today, and you can see that high pressure over the Carolina coast. And then in the upper levels of the atmosphere, quite a disturbance there, an upper level low, which continues to enhance our storms. We had some big weather yesterday in northwest Braden, again this afternoon there near Palmasola, stretching out toward Anna Marie Island. Most of that is moved on into the Gulf. There's a huge cell right near Egmont Key, and you can see a tremendous amount of lightning with that one in particular. Right there, north end of Anna Marie Island, getting some of that lightning and possibly a little piece of that energy, but it's over for the most part in Parrish. You'll notice to the east of these cells, there's not a whole lot going on, so the energy used up that has been built up here along the coast with that sea breeze is really causing these storms to be intense right now from most of Sarasota west of I-75 down southward to Osprey. And then another cell building just to the east of Venice. Keep an eye on that. We may see that kind of brush Venice, also Nokomis getting some possibility of some heavier rainfall. But right now, we'll focus on this cell in particular, which is bringing heavy rain from Siesta Key northward up into Lido, south end of Longboat Key. And lightning was a little bit more intense just about 15 minutes ago, but still there all the way through Clark Road and also near Fruitville up to University. That rain is heavy too, so it's causing some treacherous driving conditions right now. And looks like, as I said, when we start to wind on down here in Lakewood Ranch, in the next 30 minutes, most of the lightning should be cleared out of your area and the heavy rainfall as well. But notice, even though the rain has come to an end in some areas, we're getting lightning on the backside of this storm. From Tatum Ridge southward down to Laurel Oak into Heritage Oaks, some moderate rainfall now. The heavier rain still to the west of you now, and they're pushing off toward the west. Look at all this actual positive lightning strikes from Osprey northward up into Siesta Key near Turtle Beach. For the most part, this shower activity starting to get going too, so people in Rotunda, Placida, as well as in Englewood, look out. Well, look out for this storm. This is Florence out there in the Atlantic, still getting shear, but not as much now. You'll notice in this last frame, we're starting to see a little bit more deeper red here, although it is still kind of disorganized, a little bit better organization on the western edge, and that would indicate that the storm is moving into an area that's favorable for development and redevelopment. This is now in a tropical storm, but soon to be a hurricane as it makes its way to the west. Top winds are at 65 now, going up to 80 on Sunday. And then by Wednesday of next week, a major Category 4 hurricane. I would not want to be on the East Coast, especially in the Carolinas, looking at that. And a lot of the forecast models take it right in to either South Carolina or North Carolina. There's still a lot of uncertainty. Obviously, this can be off by 100 miles. It could be here in 5 days from now. And we'll check some of those models out for you right now as we move through time, generating some big waves and surf definitely Monday and Tuesday along the East Coast. But you'll notice how they're kind of clustered together right there on the Carolina coast. Fewer and fewer storms are taking it off to the north now. That's not a good sign. Things are going to get rough going, I think, mid to late week next week for those folks. We're not in danger of that storm, and we have a couple of out there. We'll talk more about those at 5:30. East winds turn to the northwest at 5 to 10 knots. There'll be some scattered storms again, and we could even see some late morning, early afternoon storms. The forecast, less of a chance, but still a few around on Sunday, and the timing of those could be late morning due to a southwest wind. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about that because of the red tide, but it looks like we might get into some southwesterly wind flow Monday and possibly even into Tuesday. We'll have much more coming up at 5:30. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's check First Alert traffic, and we're seeing I-75 backed up right now, heading both north and south, and that is likely because of the heavy rainfall that Bob just showed us along the interstate. This is between Clark Road, north into Manatee County to State Road 70. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, health officials say travelers on some flights last month may have been exposed to measles. A traveler from North Texas tested positive for the measles. People who were on board at least 4 Southwest flights in and out of Houston Hobby Airport on August 21st and 22nd are now being made aware. Those travelers who experience rash, high fever, coughing, runny nose, and red watery eyes should contact their doctor immediately. And multiple passengers got sick on separate international flights coming into Philadelphia International Airport yesterday. Officials say 12 passengers arriving from Paris and Munich experienced flu-like symptoms. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating. Well, more baby boomers in the United States are smoking pot. A study out of New York University says 9% of adults ages 50 to 64 have used marijuana at least once within the past year, and 3% of those over 65 have as well. One researcher says older users may be looking to cannabis to help with sleep and pain. Doctors say more research needs to be done to figure out the benefits and risks for users over 50. Well, if you needed another reason to get those extra steps in or finally check out that spin class, a new study says lack of exercise can increase your chance of common diseases. Andy Rose tells us why in today's Health Minute.
Trying to squeeze in a workout during your day can be tough, but according to a new study, the sedentary lifestyle is doing a lot more harm than good. The study, published in the Lancet Global Health Journal, collected data on nearly 2 million study participants worldwide and found that in 2016, more than a quarter of all adults were inadequately active, compared with 23% in 2010. That's about 1 in every 3 women and 1 in every 4 men. According to an author of the study, Regina Guffold, levels of inactivity are twice as high in wealthier countries compared to lower income countries. Guffold says this could be linked to more sedentary professions and motorized transport. The World Health Organization offers this solution. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise each week. Not getting in those weekly sweat sessions can put you at a greater risk for developing cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, dementia, and some cancers. For today's Health Minute, I'm Andy Rose.
Coming up, shocking video of the moment a train slams into a tractor trailer stuck on a railroad, and how Miami Beach police officers helped this man propose to his girlfriend. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey?
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids, all for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
Call 1-800-347-1073. That's 1-800-347-1073. Or order online at buyrobotwist.com.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org robotoist.com/conservation.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you. A dramatic crash yesterday between a train and a tractor trailer in Virginia.
Yeah, take a look. The video shows 2 people running from that tractor trailer, which appears to be stalled on the tracks, and then the oncoming train will rip right through the trailer and spill its items onto the track. You can see the rail cars have Tropicana on them. We believe this is the juice train, as it's known, which leaves Bradenton and was probably heading up to the northeast, where there's no word yet if anyone was injured in that crash. Tampa's MacDill Air Force Base is home to some of the country's bravest warriors, but even they made sure to steer clear of this beast who was spotted lurking on a golf course.
A Marine Corps sergeant says he encountered a giant alligator slowly making its way across the Bay Palms golf course last week. In the video, golfers can be heard marveling at the size of that gator as it crosses the path a few feet in front of them. They estimate that reptile to be 12 feet long.
And if you're wondering what would make a man jump on a police vehicle right in front of them, Fresno, California police officers sure want to know. 23-year-old Adolfo Lopez was already on top of the SUV when an officer spotted him. Several officers tried to talk him down for half an hour, but he wouldn't budge. At one point, he did jumping jacks on the roof and he smashed the lights with his foot. Well, eventually, it didn't last long. Officers physically took him down, but not before he caused a lot of damage to that unit.
Is there anything that you want to say? You got to say? That's not what you want as a man.
Well, a woman was in for a huge surprise when Miami Beach police pulled her over. She and her boyfriend had gotten out of the car, and an officer asked the boyfriend if he had anything to say. Well, that's when he got down on one knee, held out a ring, and said, "I just want you to marry me." She tells the police officer she doesn't know what to say, and finally she does say yes, and the police say, "Congratulations, guys." Police say the man had come into the station asking for help with that proposal. Look, if that was me, I think I would have been like, "What in the world are you doing?" I would have been scared if that was me.
I know. She's freaked out already.
Yeah.
And then, surprise.
Wow. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a Manatee County animal shelter makes a push to ease overcrowding. We'll introduce you to a dog in desperate need of a new home.
Plus, a Sarasota movie rental store closing after 33 years. How 2 Pineview school graduates are trying to save the store's inventory.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions.
How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet. Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.